So last night, European giants Napoli came to the King Power for the first game in the Europa League. Let's see how it went.
We're on our way, eventually. I had to run back because I forgot my ticket. Not a good start.
You have to bring him down. Oh my god. Pretty much.
It's safe to say that game was eventful. So it finished 2-2 after Leicester being 2-0 up. Unfortunately, Osimhen did manage to get a brace to bring Napoli back to level terms and get themselves a point away at the King Power. Am I a bit upset that we didn't win after being 2-0 up? Yes, however, I would 100% have taken 2-2 before the game. So quickly whack the stats on the screen for this game. They absolutely had their way with us in terms of shots. However, a lot of the shots, especially in the first half, were off target and they weren't that scary. As you could tell through the clips, we went 1-0 up through Ayoze Perez after a really nice piece of play down the left-hand side, including Iheanacho and Barnes. Whips it in, Bosch, Perez at the back post. It's 1-0, the absolute scenes. Then we get a second with Daka. Some really, really nice build-up. Iheanacho then underhits a pass to Tielemans, but he just about squeezes it through. Daka takes it really well. Lovely finish. He's the tiniest bit offside, and so unfortunately that is disallowed. However, straight after that, Harvey Barnes, Bosch, 2-0 up against Napoli. Incredible. The fact that this is now not an outrageous fixture in the world of Leicester is bizarre in how things have changed over the last 5 years or so. It's genuinely crazy that we are playing against Napoli and people are coming away disappointed that from this point we didn't win against a team as huge as them. It's mad. But unfortunately, they did manage to come back. They got 2 goals through Victor Osimhen, who, first half, his finishing wasn't that great. He had a couple of shots where he definitely should have hit the target, but didn't. I still give him man of the match for the whole thing. I thought, second half, he destroyed us. He was getting in so many good positions. I was really, really worried when we started the game with Johnny Evans and Vestergaard at the back. 2 pretty slow players against one of the fastest front threes I think we'll ever play against in the world of football, in Insigne, who was a little bit disappointing, not going to lie. Still really awesome to see him play live, though. Osimhen and Lozano, just absolute pace machines. So to see Sionchu come on at the second half, I thought was going to help us with that. But Osimhen is just so quick that it didn't matter. Their first goal, by the way, if you have not seen it, go and check out the highlights. Really, really good into play. And then Osimhen destroys Vestergaard and lobs it over Schmeichel. He was unplayable in the second half. And then he managed to get the second goal. Politano came on the right-hand side and managed to have way too much free time on the ball. Whips in a really good cross, Osimhen with a header at the back post to make it 2-2 in the 86th minute or something like that. Now, in terms of the overall thoughts, the atmosphere, amazing. Now, it was a little bit of a shame that due to the travel restrictions and everything through the world, because the pandemic still isn't over as much as we'd like it to be, that there weren't that many Napoli fans. Whereas when we had the Champions League games, obviously last season in Europa League, away fans didn't exist, home fans didn't really exist, so there weren't any there. But in the Champions League, we had teams come in and they had tons of fans, thousands and thousands of fans. They brought in flares and everything. They went mental and it was crazy for the atmosphere. This one, not as much because there weren't as many. Their tickets went on sale 3 days before the game, which is outrageous. So a lot of the people or fans that were there for Napoli were Leicester or at least England based, so that they could just easily get to the game rather than having to deal with the travel restrictions. Now, one unfortunate thing that did mar a little bit of the game before and after, some of the Napoli ultras did come. They get their own police escort to the game. One of my mates actually saw them being brought there because they are just known for what they do, basically, and this happens all across Europe. When it is the actual ultras, the scary guys, basically, they're coming in full black with ski masks and hats on and everything like that, and they get escorted to the ground so that basically nothing kicks off. However, before and after the game, there was some violence, and it kicked off a little bit between Napoli fans and some of the Leicester fans, some of which were one of our, I'm not going to call them ultras, but that, pushing towards that. And then after the game, in the stands, the police just sort of stood and watched as it kicked off between the two. But that was to be expected, and maybe it would have been worse had they been able to bring over as many fans as I would have liked to see to create a better atmosphere, maybe it would have led to more stuff like that. So maybe it was actually a good thing in the end. But the atmosphere was still incredible. I mean, European nights at the KP against a team as big as Napoli are always going to be amazing. The crowd was louder than they are on most occasions. It was amazing. And I really, really can't wait for the next one. Unfortunately, we've got 2 away games next, rather than a home one, so we're going to have to wait a while for the next one. But other than that, the game in general, I thought Bubu Sumare, what a guy. He's like a Yaya Toure regen. The guy just... he bossed it today. I cannot believe that he was subbed off for Maddison. Maybe Brendan didn't think that he was fully fit enough to do a 90 minutes, but to me, that was one of the points that changed the game and changed the tide towards Napoli taking more control. Maddison didn't really do anything when he came on, and Sumare was, as I say, bossing the midfield. He pulled out a roulette at one point. He was bodying people left, right, and centre. His vision. He's so good. So good. Really looking forward to seeing more of him. Daka didn't get that many chances. He did take his offside goal very well, so a positive there that hopefully he'll have more influence going forward. Lookman came on again and looked decent when he did. Napoli, on the other hand, Insigne, as I said, a little bit of a letdown. I was excited to see him play. Obviously, I would rather him have a poor performance than one where he scores 4 goals. But, a little bit of a poor performance. It's a little bit of a shame that Mertens didn't get to play. I would have liked to see him play live, but Osimhen was really, really good. Politano was good when he came on. Koulibaly was a bit of an animal. I thought Fabian was actually very good for them. He was a fantastic player in that game. And yeah, it was just a very, very entertaining game. I imagine for the neutrals, it was a good one to watch. My one big negative with the game, to sort of end this off, the officials, particularly the referee, I thought he was dreadful. I'd like to hear it from Napoli fans, because from my point of view, he was dreadful for both teams. I'm not saying that, for example, Ndidi didn't deserve to be sent off for his second yellow, because even though it was a little bit soft, it is. You can't do that, right? You'll get a second yellow. However, his first yellow came when he didn't give a foul or anything like that. The game played on, the ball then went out of play, and like 15 seconds later, because the guy was still on the floor, it looked like that was the reason why he booked him. They didn't get a free kick after the fact or anything like that. He just went and booked him, which was a bit bizarre. Some of the other bookings that were and weren't given were really odd. Bertrand got away with what could have in some cases been a red. He slid straight through the back of someone. Maybe it was Politano, maybe it was Lozano at that point. I can't remember. But he went straight through the back of him. Somehow didn't even get booked. Wilf got a foul at one point for fouling the other guy. I don't know. The officials were shocking. And it was one of the worst referee performances that I've seen, as I say, for both teams in a very long time. So it kind of ruined it a little bit. Other than that, I thought the game flowed really, really well. And both teams are having a lot of good, nice pieces of build-up play. And it must have been an entertaining game to watch at home as well as at the ground. So if you did go, let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think this means in terms of the group? Do you think that this is a good thing that we still managed to get a point? Do you think we're going to go through this group? Do you think that that is really a bad thing, that we were 2-0 up and then lost out on 2 points and now maybe we're not going to be as confident going into the other home games? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumb it up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.